Welcome to a short reflection by Sebastian Mahfood on Canto 4 of Dante's Purgatorio. Dante, on the point of collapse at the extent of the climb from the ledge on which reside the contumacious to the ledge on which reside the indolent, cries out that he can go no further, and Virgil tells him to pull himself up just a little further so that he can at least rest among the lazy. While Dante's resting, he notices that the sun is on his left rather than on his right at this time of the morning. And Virgil explains that on this hemisphere east is left and west is right. Dante is satisfied with his explanation, but is more interested in how far they have left to climb. We've seen this heavy fatigue in him before, when he had to climb out of the bulge of hypocrisy, and struggled considerably to do so. Here, though, he's actually taking on the character of the ledge. When Virgil explains that the way is hard at first, but gets easier the higher one gets, the metaphor is to virtue, which, when it becomes a habit, is no great challenge. As he climbs, he'll build virtue, which will facilitate his climb and his ability to build more virtue. If he feels weighted down now, he'll have the opposite feeling when he gets to the top and finds himself weightless. It's during this discussion that a voice calls out from behind a rock, and the poets discover the souls of the indolent laying about, forced to wait on the ledge until the same number of years pass on earth, that they made God wait for them. We'll see souls expiating the guilt of sloth on the fourth cornice, or ledge, above St. Peter's Gate. So these souls likely have more in store for them, even when they're allowed to climb off the ledge. Dante describes to Virgil the one hugging his knees as resembling the brother of Sloth herself, whereupon the soul quips back, "You climb it, if you're such a flash." Dante instantly recognizes him as Belacqua, a Florentine, whom Ciardi notes Dante used to take to task for his indolence, and Dante does it again here. "Are you waiting for a guide, perhaps? Or are you up to your old tricks again?" It's at this point that he learns the length of time these souls must wait, which is better than the 30 times that number Manfred and his crew have to endure, so there must be something to that virtue metaphor Virgil discussed with him before. While Belacqua doesn't ask directly for prayer, he acknowledges it would help him were it to come from a grace-filled heart. Dante, conceivably, could pray for him right then and there, and the effect would be immediate. But Dante's already on the road again by the time Belacqua gets this out. It's left to the reader to pray for the man, who may now be in heaven, for all we know. My wife once told me a story of a little girl with whom she was working in her special education classroom. The little girl desperately wanted to get out of her wheelchair and walk, and with the therapy my wife provided, that little girl learned how to put one foot in front of the other and walk. That we ought not make God wait for us is like that. We know we are broken in some way that is preventing us from entering into full and complete union with our Creator. But we seek the help we need to take our first steps, and we just keep doing it. When we pursue our own self-perfection through the grace provided us by God, that means we accept and work with the Holy Spirit who participates in our lives. We can, in this way, because grace perfects nature, strengthen ourselves in virtue while alive on earth, and save ourselves a great deal of the climb after our immortal souls are separated for a time from our mortal bodies. We know that we can become worthy of the beatific vision, because Christ told us we could. More than that, He's saving a place for us. All we have to do is take Him up in His offer. We just have to put one foot in front of the other and walk.